everybody, Scott Riley, the Market Update Desk. It's April 8th. It's Total Eclipse Day. Want to just start off the video kind of fun there. Hope everybody has their special eclipse glasses and you're taking some precautions. Kind of cool that we're going to get this today. It's going to be a long time before we get another one. Friday, we had that BLS Jobs Report and an update of senior analyst, Mr. Gibson. We did not have surgery Friday. We're going to have him go see a specialist next month all the way over in Flint. Try to get some information on the growth that he's got on his front shoulder. So we'll give everybody an update on senior analyst, Mr. Gibson, as we know more. Want to take some time, because I wasn't able to on Friday, to go a little bit more in depth on the numbers from the jobs report. So here we go on that. 68% of all the job gains came from three sectors. Leisure and hospitality continues to kind of defy the odds, is up 49,000. Government was up 72,000. And education and health services, that grew by 88,000. That one's kind of a surprise to me. The government one, I've got a concern long-term because I mentioned it on Friday. We still have the Inflation Reduction Act, which isn't really an Inflation Reduction Act, and also the Infrastructure Act, which have just only trickled in, and those are multi-trillion-dollar programs that are going to put continued wage pressure and government hiring in place, which I see really making it harder on bonds and everything, because we're going to see job growth from those sectors continue to expand. Average hourly earnings rose 0.3%. Average weekly hours rose 34.3. From 34.3 to 34.4. I'm sorry, phone just went off there. So we see continued wage pressure that's going on. And average weekly earnings, another hotter than expected number, up 0.6%. So these wage pressures continue to grow and grow and grow. Now, that information was from the headline or all-in survey. The actual household survey, that's where they actually contact people and get real data, not imputed information, showed that we had 498,000 job gains. Now, that stopped a 3-month trend line of job decreases. The unemployment rate fell from 3.9 to 3.8%. Now, if you look at the U6 report, though, for unemployment, that comes from the household survey, and that actually counts all people. The headline one, the 3.8%, only includes people that have been looking for jobs for 4 months, which is really misleading. It's not a great metric to use, but it's what we see in the media. The U6 report, the unemployment rate stayed the same at 7.3%. That's realistically our real unemployment rate. Looking deeper into the 498,000 jobs from the household survey, there was a 6,000 full-time job loss. With all that gain, all the gains were coming from part-time jobs, which added 698,000. Of that, 217,000 were for multiple job holders. So these jobs are part-time, not full-time. We've had a negative full-time job growth or decrease in 2024. These are all coming from people holding 2 part-time jobs or adding a part-time to their existing full-time jobs. So these job numbers are extraordinarily misleading. All of those gains came from the age 16 to 19 and 55 plus job holders. That accounted for 488,000 jobs. Workers aged 25 to 54 lost 48,000 jobs. These are important deep dives into metrics that we all need to understand. Looking forward to the inflation reports that are going to come out Wednesday and Thursday. I think what's going to happen, not this report, but the next one, we have a spike in West Texas Intermediate crude oil going on right now. It's up and over $90 a barrel. This is going to make it harder to make progress on inflation. And the higher these energy costs go, the more pressure it's going to exude on these inflation numbers, and it's going to take us longer and longer to get to the Fed dictated policy goal of 2%. Now, when we look at the CPI coming out on Wednesday, I do have a concern that we're actually going to grow on inflation numbers, and that's not going to be met very well, specifically in the bond market. So the CPI is a rolling 12-month aggregate of the last 12 months of inflation reading. So when we look back to March of 23, we had a 0.08, 0.8 growth on inflation. That number is going to fall off, and it's going to be replaced by this March's last month's number. The expectation is for March 24's numbers to come in at 0.34%. That's 4 times as much. So we are likely going to grow from the existing inflation rate of 3.17 to somewhere around 3.4 to 3.41. Core is going to stay pretty close because the replacement number is 0.32, and we're probably going to come in somewhere around 0.3 to 0.31. So look for some negative headlines and some negative retreat in the bond market, which is going to hurt us in mortgage-backed securities, most likely, and in mortgage rates. So be prepared. If you're out there shopping, let's talk really soon about getting your offer accepted and getting your rate locked in. Give us a call. We can go into more depth on that if you would like. We're here to help our borrowers, help our realtor partners. The Market Update Desk is the singular original market news information for West Michigan. Look forward to having a great week with you, and we'll get you information as soon as it comes in. Scott Riley, 616-293-2189.